Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kellyanne Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas. And this is our second card for the month of August, our virtual class. And this one we're going to use Perfectly Pears. This is such a beautiful suite. It is an online exclusive. I can't tell you how beautiful the paper is. But we're just going to use bits and pieces of it. We did use the die cuts in this. So I used this die cut. You can see I've got the thing on there still for the pears. And we use this for the flowers, this for the leaves. So there's a little bit of everything on here. It's going to be a really fun card. So let me put this aside. This is what the card looks like. It's just a basic card. We have some gold rub-ons on here. We've got a beautiful three striped or striped gold organza ribbon. We've got cutouts from the designer series paper. We have embossed with heat embossed congratulations, and then on the inside it's just matte and layered with another die cut, and then the actual envelope is going to have just a little bit of stamping. Pretty quick. We're just going to stamp the flowers out there. We're not going to do too much to the envelope. We're doing enough on the inside. So let's look at what you get in your packet. So I'm going to set this one up where you can see it, possibly up in the corner there. Of course, you get your envelope. You're going to get a packet, and in this packet is going to have all your die cut pieces and a piece for your sentiment. And then the other things you will have is you will have a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. Well, it's 5.5. Scored at 4.25. I'm going to ask you to bring in your bone folder and just reinforce that so it's a nice crisp edge. You will have a piece of Petal Pink that is 4 by 5.25. You will also have a piece of Petal Pink that is 1.75 by 5.25. And you will have a piece of basic white that is 3.75 by 5 inches. Okay. These are going to get matte and layered like this. So we're going to just go ahead and do that real fast. You can use glue or you can use your seal or any other tape runner that you currently like. Everybody has their favorite adhesives. I'm a glue girl and I have to learn to not use glue at all times because I really do like glue. To me, it's the easiest thing to do. Now that's going on a little bit cattywampus, so I'm going to just pull it up because it's not been down very long and it will come up. And I'm just pulling it just ever so slightly. It did bend that a little bit, but we'll work this one more time and see if I can get it a little straighter all the way around. That's looking a little bit better. A little bit better. I think we did a better job second time through. Sometimes it's a second time through that makes it easier. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the inside of my card. I just use, when I'm using a tape runner, I just do a Z. It kind of holds everything in place. I call it the barn door Z. And again, you're going to try to make your corners be equal all the way around, or as equal as you can. It's a little bit, it's going to be fine. We're going to let it go. Okay, and then this piece is going to get this put on it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. This is really a quick card. If you were making it yourself, it takes a little bit to cut out everything, but it's not a bit, it's pretty simple cutting. And then the die cuts cut out your pieces that you're going to put on top, and that's good. Now, before I adhere this, I am going to open this up and I'm going to bring in those rub-ons. Now, I'm going to show you the full sheet. We're going to use this one here, and if you watched video 1, you saw me cut this part out here. So I'm going to bring in my scissors and get my little dots. And what's so nice about these, they come with 2 pieces of gold and 2 designs and 2 in silver. So I'm just showing you one of them, but there are 3 others. The silver and the gold repeat themselves. So really there are 2 different designs, sheets of designs, 2 in gold, 2 in silver, and each design has got 2 pieces. So you get a total of 8 items. Okay, so well, maybe it would be a good idea to put this down. We'll put this down so I know where to put that. Sometimes you think you're doing it one way and then you change midway through and ran out of seal. So let's bring in another one. Oh, the beauty of TV and having another one right off to the side of you. Love it. I'm going to just shut this for a second here. And I'm going to put this approximately 1/8 of an inch from the fold, top and bottom. Now, I didn't do this originally, but make sure your pears are going in the right direction. You really don't want upside down pears here. So I'm just going to say that now that I started to put it down and realized, oh, what direction is it? Okay, now I'm going to open it up. Now what I want to do is I want to place this so you get some of the gold down in this area. So I'm going to put it in that little spot there, and you're going to peel off. There's 2 sheets here. One is the backing and one is the piece that has the actual gold on it. This is the backing. It's going to be like kind of like wax paper on one side and dull on the other. That is just a pitchable when you're ready. And then this just gets set down where you think you want it. I'm going to put it right there. And now, with the magic of the heat of my fingers, I'm going to go over all of these with my fingers, and the heat is what makes it adhere. It's not necessarily friction. Um, and if you have cold hands, be sure to warm them up. Maybe put your hands on a nice warm cup of tea or coffee if you're a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker. Um, I'm giving you my life story, but it's okay. Okay, I'm just rubbing, rubbing, rubbing. Now you can lift it up. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start lifting, and look at that, it adhered. But if it hadn't adhered, I could set it right back down and go for more. So like there's a little bit right in here that didn't really stick. So I'm going to just go a little bit longer in this area with my fingers. This is the hardest part of it, and it really isn't hard. Okay. Oh, look, I got some extra little gold bits there. Isn't that cool? It's gold gilding without any stress. I mean, that literally came all off, and all I did was use my hands. So this goes in the dustbin, this goes in the dustbin. And now, um, I did do some things prior to the video, and one was I went and took this little green piece here and I put my congratulations on it by using Versamark and my gold embossing powder. I created my sentiment that says congratulations. I did not want to do that on screen today because we were doing the other. So um, if you need me to help you with that, just drop a note in the video and I will get back to you and I will help you with how you do this step. But it's heat embossed. And if you don't have heat embossing, please don't stress, because you can take a green ink, a dark green or a black on here. It will look beautiful no matter what. Okay. So in your little packet, you're also going to have a couple of other things. You're going to have your pear. You're going to have some flowers for the inside, and you should have 2 sets of leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just adhere this leaf with a dot of glue, and I'm just going to put it on the top of my pear. Um, it's not a big deal. We're just putting a little dot on there. Maybe. Watch a big one come out now. Oh, that was pretty mushed, but it's good. So I'm going to put this on the top of my pear. So my pear has some leaves. And don't worry, we're going to cover that spot with some um, ribbon here in a moment. That's the bow that came in there. And we're going to put some dimensionals, those cheap as chips, wonderful dimensionals. I love these things. They make my life so easy. Well, when I'm crafting. The rest of my life, they're not much help because these little things find their way everywhere. I sometimes have dogs walking around the house with the little backings attached to their nose. And I have Great Pears, so they're big dogs, and they look pretty funny walking around with this little, hexagon shape on their nose. Crack me up, I tell you. They are just too funny. Again, I'm using my fingernails, but you could use a take your pick tool or a pokey tool to pop those up. And I just put those in the dustbin. And I'm going to put my pear right in here. It's almost on top of the pear that's on my thing, but that's okay. At least I have my pears going in the right direction. I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and put this on. Now, I'm going to be kind of careful with these dimensionals because I have to put something underneath it. So this one can go right here. And then this next one's going to go a little bit in. Okay, I think we're good there. And I'll pop those off. Put these off to the side. And I'm going to put this down. Now I'm actually going to glue this down here. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my glue. A little bit of glue. Come on. There we go. A little bit of glue. You don't have to glue it like, it's Fort Knox. You just need a little bit on there. Okay, and let's see. I want my leaves to go down on this one. So I will turn it around. And I didn't get like that was good. It flipped the right way. Normally it flips the wrong way for me. So I'm going to slide this under here, slide that under there, like that. And then I'm going to take one of my flowers, and there should have been two flowers, but that's okay. I have more. I will get them as I'll put this down and I'll go grab more flowers. These are just going to go on here. And then I'm going to get one for the top here. So bear with me while I walk across the room and get more stuff, It's always an adventure when one crafts. So we just are prepared. Oh man. Here we go. So look at this paper. Isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, I just love this paper. But here's what I did. I die cut out a bunch of them. So I've got one for the front and one for the inside. If you didn't get one for the inside, you could just stamp a flower in there. I thought I adhered them correctly or counted them out correctly, but sometimes things stick or don't stick, put it that way. And this is just going to get glued down. We're not going to do anything fancy. We've already popped up our sentiment. We've already popped up everything else. So I'm just going to put this right here. So I've got some flowers on the front, and I think that's really pretty, but it's missing one thing, and that is our bow that's going to go in here. And I really do need to find something, but I can't find it. So we will glue it. This is the time when we're going to use some glue. So I'm going to put a good blob of glue there. And I'm going to put this down. Now it's going to be messy for a little bit till the glue dries. So I'm just going to hold it there for a moment or two. I might twist it just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to come in And I am going to trim my, my bow. And you see it popped off of there. That's because I used glue. So I'm just going to trim this one real fast and pop it back down. Until the glue dries, this one's going to be a little bit flexible right in that area. Normally I use a glue dot, and that is with my one box with all the dimensionals that I've strategically placed somewhere. Where did my box go? I put it somewhere extremely safe. And we all know how that goes when we put something in a very safe place, and when you go to use it, you can't find it. But as soon as the video is over, I will most likely find it, and then I will say, ah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to just trim the other side of this real quick. And we get the idea. We're not going to wait for the glue to dry. So we'll just set that on there. Just sit. So that is that. And we will stamp this, and hopefully we'll be able to pick that up and the bow won't fall off. And I'm just going to use my Petal Pink here, and these little flowers that we put on the front. I'm just going to put some on the back. No naked envelopes. No naked envelopes. And a little bit on the front here. You could put it in all four corners or whatever. I just did one corner. And that should be good. So here we have our card for number 2, with a little bit of detours here and there because of glue dots, and not enough supplies in my envelope. But hey, that's the beauty of doing the videos. So I want to thank you all for coming again today to see this video. If you liked it, please mark a like, share, and subscribe. The more people that subscribe, the better it is for all of us. We'll get some comments that will help us, go forward. If you have questions on anything in today's video, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'll be happy to respond to you. Thank you again for coming. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.